Hello my friend, how are you? I am Protulia Xeta-Llouns and this is Mexican Allies on the 7th day of the Trezene lizard. Today is 7th dog, Chicome Itzcuintli. This wonderful companion that we know very well, the dog with all his wisdom, so to speak. I would love to call it better discretion. Our dogs are very discreet and also very smart. They know who you are and they think about you some stuff that they are not allowed to say, and instead they just move their tail and are happy because this way they're going to get a treat. They're very smart creatures. Even they say dogs don't judge, but I've seen some dogs that whenever you say something that is out of place, they give you this look that you know that they are thinking something. And this is why God gave them the wonderful quality of not being able to speak or at least not in our language, but most of them are very, very clear with their eyes and looks. However, they have a way of being that they are just loving. They accept you the way they are. Perhaps it's because they have very good smell and they hear very well. And this is impossible. This makes impossible for you to hide. So if they know who you are, it's better to accept you because they know who you are. No, if you already know the way the things are, well, now you know the way the things are, and if you're still there, it's because you accept it. And this is the dog. Well, most dogs will stay. Some of them will just flee. This is why sometimes dogs get lost and the owners are looking for them. Oh, my dear doggy got lost, and in fact the dog escaped him because perhaps this person was too hard or too stubborn. No, even dogs lose patience. So on the 7th day of a Trezene, we know what is already ripe. And the god and goddess of the dog are the same of the 6th day of the Trezene, Itzcuintli and Itzcuintli. So we have these gods today on a row, this Trezene. And they are after authenticity, like the dog. They remind you where your authenticity lies. And in the 7th day, it's like picking a fruit. So your authenticity stayed back there in the underworld because this god and goddess are the god and goddess of the underworld. And somehow, in one point of your life, back then when you were trying to look for meaning or adventure or perhaps love or something, you left something behind. You know how it is when you travel a lot. You have your suitcase and you start going along the way, and all of a sudden you pick stuff and you get given gifts and whatever, and all of a sudden your luggage is not the same. You cannot put all in your luggage anymore. Why? I don't know. So you have to leave something behind, and sometimes something precious, and you don't want to toss it in the way. So sometimes you give it to someone for this person to take care of it. And hopefully you return one day. And sometimes you return and, hey, how are you? It's been a long time. And this person says, hey, there's a thing that you left behind. You want it still? And then you go like, what did I leave behind? I don't remember. Okay, bring it. And then you realize that this thing that you left behind had something to do with your authenticity. The god and the goddess of underworld are the same. If you think about the underworld as a dark place or a place of death, well, you're gonna be scared of it. But if you think of the underworld like this place that is like the soil where you plant the seeds, it means that when the god and goddess of underworld get in contact with you, it means that whatever you planted back there is now a fruit, and it's come out of the underworld, and it's ripe for you to collect it and profit of it. Because it's not only ripe and ready for you to enjoy it and to nurture from it, but it's also your fruit because you planted it. So be happy because they're here today to remind you what is this that you planted that is so authentic in you, and now you're going to collect it. And the dog is here to help you be true to yourself, because dogs help you do this, and to come along with you and travel along with you in this new part of your life, in this new stage, to prevent you from betraying yourself again. Because this is what we do. Dogs never betray themselves. You know, it's easier for a cat to betray themselves if they're starving. Well, and you come and feed the cat will go, okay, this is not my owner, or at least, well, he wouldn't say that. He would say, this is not my pet, my slave, but at least I'm not gonna be hungry. But the dog has dignity, and the dog will die and will starve if he doesn't, if the thing is not aligned with his heart. If he loses his dearest friend, he will die first. He won't take a bite. He will just let himself die because they are true to what they feel. So today is a good day to remind us what is our truth. Mostly in those things related to paying attention and being in the instant and share with the people that have made our lives possible, and also the people who we have made their lives possible. Those are our fruits, because back then we planted a seed on them in all our friends or perhaps enemies. The thing is, this seed that we planted back then, now it's flourished, it's here, and now we're going to collect it. It's only humble to receive back something, because sometimes we just want to give, but we are very bad to receive, especially when it's something that we gave ourselves, because it's our own fruit. If you plant a lot of fruit and then you make a preserve of it and you put it on the fridge or you put it on the pantry and then you never eat it, you are despising your own labor. And this is so sad, because you're saying no to yourself. You're neither sharing it nor profiting from it. So the harvest is lost. It's worse than letting it die, because at least if you leave the fruit there and it goes bad, it's going to go back to the earth. No, you put it in a jar and you put it on a freezer, and now it's there forever, and neither the earth nor your closest friends nor your stomach are going to be benefited by it. It's a lost fruit. Today is a good day to open that jar and eat what you harvested. And realize that you made a good job. And this fruit is perfect because it grew on the most perfect soil. That is the soil that you took so much care of and with all your love. So it has to be a good fruit. Okay, love hurts sometimes. It will hurt somehow to realize how good you are. It's harder to say, yes, I'm good. I'm very good. No, then say, no, oh, I'm so bad, I cannot do things, nothing works out for me. You're the only one who does things and you're wonderful, you're great. I envy you because you say you're gonna do things and you just do them, and I'm so clumsy. No, to realize that you are good too and eat your own fruit is good. So eat it today and accept that you are good at it. Because if you don't, your dog is going to bite you where it's more tender, and he will be glad to do this, and he will be moving his tail because in the end you are not going to be mad at him. This is what is great about dogs. They're our best friends because they know how to tell us harsh things in the most direct way, and we will always forgive them. And we will always accept that they are right because they know us. I hope you have tons of friends that are like your best friend dogs, and spend the day with them and just embrace them because it's been a long time. And today, embracing someone, it's a luxury, even more than ever. See you next time and spend a good evening.